it actually brings me to my other question that I had. And so, I mean, we, like you mentioned, we live in this age of, constant bombardment of anti-Hindu content and narratives to us. And it's not only through media, but like we mentioned, like we discussed, the entertainment industry at large. And it's very deeply entrenched. So, what would you tell some of the Indian parents who are watching this? How can they protect their children from being indoctrinated into such dangerous and very blatantly anti-Hindu ideologies?
It's very difficult. There's no magic formula to it. I'm sorry. I mean, if there is, then I would like to know it myself. I am a mother of 15-year-old, 3 teenagers. But I think that if you practice rituals at home, if children, obviously they don't do what you ask them to do, they do what you do. So if you follow rituals, if you do pujas, if you celebrate festivals, if you tell them stories from our epics, if you make sure that certain traditions in your family, religious traditions in your family are followed, then obviously your children are going to see that, and they are going to be curious, and they are going to want to know more. If you take them when they're young to see the old temples, they'll ask you, why is this murti broken? Answer them honestly. Don't give them a spiel saying that, oh, the foreign invaders did it, or pollution did it, or earthquake did it, or whatever did it. Tell them the truth. You owe them the truth. In fact, one time my daughter, I remember, she was doing a project in school about refugees, and she was being taught push refugees and pull refugees. Push refugees are refugees who are being pushed out of their country due to the existing conditions. So they're basically forced to become refugees. And pull refugees are refugees who basically willingly let go of one culture or one country and move to another country for a better life, for better work conditions or whatever. So their teacher had given them as an example to write notes on Teresa of Calcutta and Antonia Mino. So I told the teacher that my children are going to choose their own characters. And then they chose different characters. So I was then asking them to talk about refugees. And then we looked up Parsi migration to India. We looked up Jewish migration to India. We looked up Tibetan migration to India. And we talked about all those refugees. And after seeing all this, then we talked about the partition of India. We talked about the formation of Bangladesh. After seeing this, my children were about 11 or 12 at that point of time. After reading up all this, they, you know what my daughter said? She said, in all these cases, the force that forced people to become refugees, other than the Tibetan refugees, is the same. She had made that linkage that the Jews came to India because Islam persecuted them. The Parsis came to India because Islam persecuted them. The partition of India, we all know what happened. East Bengal, which became Bangladesh, we know what happened. So it's obvious if you make your children exercise their own thoughts and exercise their own minds, they'll be able to figure things out by themselves. But having said that, there is no guarantee, because the trouble happens in academia. The school books are completely filled with leftist poison, completely, even now. And especially if your children are going to go in for liberal education, then it's a very, very tough task ahead. And quite honestly, I don't have any magic solutions. You just have to keep faith, and you just have to make sure that you have a good relationship with your children. You are honest with them, and they have a good working relationship with you.
Please remember to subscribe to us and switch on the notifications for this channel. For our other social media links, more content, and to support our work, please visit citti.net. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.